Alright, here's another update on the case. They say hindsight's 2020, and that's very true. Um, After looking at the configuration, I was figuring that the radiator here is going to blow heat out the back. Power supply up here is going to blow air out the back also. Plus the video card is a dual slot, and that's going to blow air out the back, but the only place we have air coming in is this one 80 millimeter fan in the front. That should work fine for keeping the hard drive here cool, but I'm concerned that the RAM will be up in this area, and that's probably not going to get any airflow on it, and whether we're going to get enough air to keep the north bridge cool until I can get a liquid cooler on it. So I've decided what we should do is add another 120 millimeter fan. So I think what we're going to do is cut a hole in the bottom and just mount one right here. You won't be able to see it with the side cover on, but it'll help to suck air from underneath it and bring it up into the case for a little more fresh airflow. I got another one of these clear Rosewell 120s that we'll be putting in there, and that's a blue lit also. So I think it's going to look really nice. Won't be able to see it with the side cover on it, but you should be able to see the blue glow at night. So we're going to take a few things off of this thing and try to prep it to cut a hole and try not to damage the paint too much while we do it, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, today we're going to work on the feet for this case. We decided, since we're going to mount this 120 millimeter fan in the bottom, that we wanted to bring the case up off of the desk a little bit, make a little better airflow underneath it. This is the stock, one of the stock feet for the case. As you can see, they're not very thick. I went to the hardware store and looked around trying to get an idea for something to use as the feet, but most everything they had was pretty expensive. So we ended up going to the secondhand store and looking around there, and I came up with this. Let's see if you can see that good or not. This is one of them back massager things that, you know, you see at garage sales and stuff. Everybody's got like 3 of. But I picked this up at the garage sale, or at the used store, for 50 cents. Basically because I liked the wheels that were on it. I'd like to use them on the case. That's kind of what it looks like with one of the wheels off. They're already pre-drilled because of this rod that they had running through them. So that'd be easy enough to put a screw in, and we're just going to paint these up and use that to lift the case up. So you can see they're going to be quite a bit taller than the original case feet. And I think once they're painted up to match the case and stuff, they're going to work just fine, and well worth it for 50 cents to give it a try anyway. If not, we can always do something else. Okay, we got the pieces that we're using for the feet painted. Paint came out pretty good on them. Nice and shiny. The paint stuck fairly well. I think those are going to work really good as far as a cheap alternative for feet. We just got these pieces left from that back massager, I guess you would call it. Don't really have any call for that yet. Maybe I can figure out something to use it for, but for now we'll probably just set it aside and see if something comes up. But once the paint cures and hardens and stuff, we'll get them mounted on the case and see how they look. Okay, this is what the feet look like when they're mounted. We got them all painted up and bolted onto there. They actually, I think, are going to look pretty decent. We also got the hole cut for the 120 millimeter fan that's going in the bottom. That's going to be the next step, is to put that in there and get the pump and reservoir mounted on there. And then we can flip it back over and start putting the covers back on. Alright, we have the bottom fan in. We're using another Rosewell 120 millimeter see-through with the blue LEDs. We also installed a dust cover on this because that's going to be sitting on the desk. We don't want it to be sucking dust and crap from underneath it or off the desk itself up into the case. So we just threw this cheap cover over it to try to keep it clean. So now we can move forward on the pump and reservoir. Okay, we got the pump and reservoir mounted in. We just bolted them up through the bottom. I also put the backing plate in for the motherboard, and also took the PCI slot covers out and painted them, so it'll look a little bit nicer once we get the everything in there. And also have a little update on the side cover. The adhesive that we used to attach the plexi didn't hold very well, so I ended up taking it all off and drilling holes through it and putting some bolts and nuts on it, some the nylon lock nuts on there to keep it tight so it don't rattle. And actually, I kind of glad I did that, because this way, if the glass gets scratched or starts fading or whatever, and you want to replace it, you can just undo the 4 screws, buy another piece of plexi for $3, and have it a brand new window again. But that's where we're at for now. The power supply will be here tomorrow, and I'm still waiting to hear on the motherboard when that's coming. So we'll probably wait on the next update until that stuff shows up. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next installment on this.